Hey guys, it's me, the Bombay Chef Varun Namdar yet again, and welcome to Get Curried. Well, today's recipe is spaghetti bolognese. Well, there's no recipe as such. Spaghetti is spaghetti and we all know about it. They're long, thin strands of pasta. And bolognese is a meat ragu from Bologna. Traditionally served as tagliatelle with ragu. But because it's world famous, everyone loves it. Let's begin spaghetti bolognese. I'm going to divide this recipe of spaghetti bolognese into three components. The first one is getting the ragu right, which is a meat sauce. The second one is getting the cooking of the spaghetti correct. And the third one is, of course, assembling all of it. Let's begin with the first step, and that is heating a pan on high flame and beginning with olive oil. Well, Italians believe in good quality produce, so ensure you're using only good quality ingredients. Once the oil just kind of begins to heat up, I'm going to slide in roughly chopped garlic, a little more because it's a meat sauce. And before this begins to heat, I'm also going to add in white onions, which are roughly chopped. A little more again because, like I said, it's a meat sauce. All of this is going to wilt down and add into the body of the meat sauce. Some salt. Well, salt in this recipe needs to be added with absolute moderation because at multiple levels, salt is going to be added. One, well, of course, now sauteing the onions. Second, while cooking the meat. The third is while cooking the pasta a little later. And there's also Parmesan cheese, which is one of the core ingredients of this recipe, which is also salted. So please use that with caution. Let's stir this for a little while. Once the onions turn translucent, I'm going to add in goat meat with the fat. And this is also hand pounded meat. This is not through any machine. So it, of course, has the little grits, which are a little larger than the machine ground ones. Ensure that the meat gets seared on all the sides. And while we are doing this, for the meat this time, I'm also adding a pinch of salt. It's important to start breaking all this meat like so. You literally need to knock it with a spatula because you do not want clumps like kofta. Once the meat loses its pink color and starts becoming slightly brown, I'm going to lower the flame and add in tomatoes. Now these are tomatoes which are blanched, peeled, de-seeded and crushed. With this, I have another ingredient which is right here. Now, once you run the tomatoes through a mixie jar, you have a lot which is still left. Just add in some water and collect this because this is nothing but tomato juice, which is very important in a recipe like this. Let's add that in as well. I'm going to add in some herbs. Now in this case, oregano. I'm going to tear in some fresh basil leaves. By all means, go all out and add some Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan, which is the life of this recipe. And last but not the least, freshly cracked black pepper. To this, I'm also adding in a touch of spice. Well, you can keep it moderate, you can make it spicy, but this, trust me, is flavorful and never spicy. Mix this well. Increase the flame. Just ensure that the natural goodness of every ingredient comes together while cooking the meat. One last thing here is adding in a ladleful of hot water. Now this is water which has been kept here to boil for the spaghetti to get cooked. Let's add in a little and allow this to cook on medium to high flame, covered for 20 to 30 minutes. Our meat ragu is cooked. Let's have a quick check. The water has evaporated and also rolled back in the ragu. Like I said a little earlier, ragu is nothing but a meat stew. It has to cook low and slow so that it's nice, flavorful and intense at the same time. Let's have a quick check. Just about perfect. We'll allow this to cook on low flame and simultaneously in the water which is boiling, which also has salt, let's add in spaghetti. Well, it's important to just keep it standing like so and leave it, which is very important. Never break the spaghetti because that way you're in a way insulting the ingredient. Just leave it like so, and as it keeps boiling at the bottom, you just keep pushing it like so. Now that's why you have spaghetti strands which are nice and long even after cooking. Let's push this in like so. And there you have the spaghetti, which is now all in water and not broken. Now this is also very important to kind of understand how much water to salt. For every liter of water, we add in 1 tablespoon of sea salt. The eventual idea is to get the salt as salty as seawater. Very important. Another very important thing while making pasta, while cooking pasta is the cooking time. What is the exact time that needs to be followed? Generally, 99% of the time, it is always written at the back of the packet. In case you're using a fresh pasta, then 4 to 5 minutes, depending on the thickness, is just perfect. In case of dried pasta, 7 to 8 minutes is kind of ideal, but that is for getting the pasta to the texture called al dente, which is to the bite in Italian. But I like it slightly cooked further, so 9 minutes is the time for me, but again, you can take your own call. It's been 9 minutes. Our spaghetti is perfectly cooked. Let's pick and transfer it straight in the meat sauce. Well, generally, tagliatelle, like I said even a little before, is the preferred pasta for a sauce like this because it kind of just holds it well. Spaghetti, whoever invented it, it just kind of slides off. But like I told you even earlier, this is something which became world famous. So spaghetti bolognese is the dish for the day. Into the sauce, I'm also adding a ladle full of this cooking liquid because that now has the flour or the starch which is leached wonderfully well. So that flame goes off. This kind of goes a little higher. I'm sprinkling some freshly chopped parsley. A little more of the parmesan. I'm reserving a little for the finish. And some olive oil. Another quick swirl. Just ensure that all of this now mixes well. And with this, your spaghetti bolognese is done and ready. In case you want it slightly saucier, just add in another ladle of water or stock or the pasta liquid, and there you have the most amazing saucy spaghetti bolognese. The next step is to serve this right away. Now finally, some more parsley, some more parmesan, and of course some more olive oil. With this, your family favorite spaghetti bolognese is done and ready. Impress them, go all out. Make something that's quick, simple, easy. Sit with your family and enjoy spaghetti like so. Bye for now.